You're listening to Guitar Talk with Dave and John.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Guitar Talk, number 48.
48. Or 49.
Unbelievable.
48. This is John, and that is...
Dave. You're listening to
Oh,
Guitar Talk. Autobots Unite.
Yeah. We both had busy weekends, so I understand you, sir, have just returned from lay gig.
Yes, I just literally got back from Newport, Rhode Island. I had a gig at the Midtown Oyster Bar with AM Station, and it went great. It was an easy peasy in and out. It was good. Busy beach day down there, and it was good. And
So,
you had a gig this weekend, I believe.
Yes. I have a question about your gig before you get into mine.
Okay.
AM Station's playing all these great old AM Gold songs and all that.
Yes.
If you could point to like your top 3 fan favorites when you guys play every time you get like the best response, what would you think would be the top 3?
I would say the first one is probably Baby Come Back, because I announced it as the greatest song ever written. And everyone's always like standing ready to argue. And then we stop playing it and they're like, oh, that is a good tune. So I put the toughest wall up on that. And but that does really well. I think Dave Mason's We Just Disagree goes over really well.
Okay.
And you said 3, probably Dance With Me by Orleans.
How does that one go? I don't even...
Dance with me, I want to be your partner, can't you see?
Oh, yeah, of course. Okay.
Yeah.
That was called Orleans?
Orleans was the band, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Excellent.
They also had the hit Still the One. We've been together since way back when. You know that one.
Yeah. The gig that I did last night went well. It went super well. It was another Porkchop Express live karaoke, live hard rockin', barbecue, beer, all the stuff. Good time.
Now,
really good time.
I saw that on Facebook that you played. At that time last night, I went to go watch. I don't know if you know. Do you know Sal?
I remember Sal, yeah.
So I went to see Sal play.
Oh, he's in a band. I didn't know that. Cool.
He's in a band. He also flew out to Massachusetts to do a gig.
What is that all about? Yeah.
It was like this charity thing. It was for drug addiction, raising money for some drug addiction stuff. And his band from high school and college years got back together and performed an album by Pete Townsend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And the money that they raised for it went to this whatever. I'll tell you what's funny. The whole time I'm there and people are like donating and talking about how wonderful the program is. I'm looking around going, which one of these motherfuckers is Walter White? Who's the guy that's making the drugs, that's selling it? Right? Or Gus. Who's the guy that's
then you're in the restroom.
Claims to be.
You're in the restroom washing your hands after you take a leak and you see the mirror and you're like, oh, it's me.
It's like, what am I, crazy?
Oh, who are we kidding? You don't wash your hands after you take a leak.
Right. I'm pulling out money to donate, and there's Coke all over the hundreds. They're like, is everything all right?
Oh, we might be triggering some people that are, facing their own demons. We apologize.
No, in fact, actually, a very good program called, it was like a gym. They have gym, they have yoga. And it was a really good thing, and I was glad to donate to it, all joking aside. It was, and Sal may do the show in LA. My issue, I said to Sal, was, did you have to perform the worst album by Pete Townsend ever? It was painful.
Which album is that?
All the Best Cowboys Have Chinese Eyes.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Oh, it has slit skirts. That's all you need to know. Everything. There's nothing else on that album.
What year would that be from?
82.
So it was after. Well, that was after Face Dances or whatever.
After the Who Face Dances. Right. He did
That
Empty
was
Glass in 80.
okay.
The song Face Dances Tonight Make Chances. That was on that album.
Okay, yeah. I don't think I realized that was a Who album. I thought that was Townsend solo for some reason.
What,
But no, I
Face
guess.
Dances? No, it's You
Yeah,
Better You
I'm just
Bet.
right. Yeah, I'm just whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, speaking of shows that involve drugs, last night we did our show, and there were definitely some people on drugs there, which is what we look for.
Sure.
It went well, man. I think I don't know if I told you we added in a bunch of new songs this time around,
Such as.
and it was all very well accepted. We did Radar Love.
Ooh, little golden earring.
Yeah. So we did Radar Love. We threw in Boys of Summer from Donald Henley.
A fantastic song written by him and Mike Campbell.
Mm-hmm. We did.
Tom Petty passed on that.
It was probably. Yeah, I wonder if Petty would have maybe ruined that tune.
Well, Mike Campbell gave him the track and said, I've been working on this. And he's like, yeah, no. And that's why Campbell took it to Henley and said, what do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, that might have been a better
He's
tune
like,
for Henley, just because.
Yeah, Henley was like, I'll tell you exactly what I think. On the road today, I saw a dead head stick around.
You could just thinking of Tom Petty trying to sing that song.
Well, he would have had different lyrics. I mean, I'm just saying music.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that yeah, I don't see that fitting Petty that well.
Yeah, well, neither did Petty.
Yeah, fair enough. Good for Mike Campbell though.
Yes.
What else did we do? We did You Shook Me All Night Long.
Okay. Classic.
Of all the AC/DC songs I would like to do, that's one that I don't need to do that one. But god damn it if the crowd wasn't all going bananas, because that was like
Right.
one of the closing tunes of the night.
Oh yeah, the girls all jump on the dance floor like they've never heard it before. Oh my god! Yeah. No, we play that song every night.
Yeah, so you know the drill.
Yeah.
So yeah, we
now,
did.
if
we did
your
that.
band
Yeah,
could play, if your band had the choice to play any song with ACDC, what would you want to play?
I'd rotate it every week.
I'll even refine. You know what I'm saying? Okay, how about this? You get to go into a time machine on the Back in Black tour. They put shoes on your knees, so you're walking on your knees, so you're like Angus's height.
Right.
You've got the cap on, you got the SG. All intents and purposes, for this one song, everybody thinks it's Angus.
Yeah.
What tune are you playing on the Back in Black tour?
But I get to go and play it.
Yeah.
I'd probably choose either Shoot to Thrill or Have a Drink on Me. They're both fun to play. And that would be
the Thrill. I'm with you on Shoot the Thrill. I love that song.
Yeah, I have fun playing both of them. We're gonna add in Dirty Deeds, which is such an easy song to play. But again, it's a song that the crowd can all be like, Dirty Deeds, dun, dun, cheap.
And the thing is, if anybody got it on video of you playing with AC/DC, obviously with the way your shoes are, it would be called Dorf on AC/DC.
Dorf? What?
You remember Dorf on Golf, the Tim Conway videos where he he's just on his knees and he has like golf shoes. It's like
so stupid. Yeah. Tim Conway passed away this year.
Yes. And that brings up some other people that have just passed away.
Yeah, we had a rough week in the music world.
We have lost Eddie Money this week. And
cancer, Sunday, 70 years old, right? Yeah,
to throat cancer or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
And yesterday, we lost Ric Ocasek.
Right.
Which we could discuss Ric Ocasek for a while. You know, he had a pretty good career as a producer. I believe he produced a No Doubt album, the Rocksteady album.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And I think he produced the Weezer records, a couple of Weezer records.
I prefer the Cars to Weezer. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, and then the Cars were fantastic. Now, for me, I was devastated when Ben Orr died because Ben Orr, although he didn't write the songs for the Cars, he was my favorite singer in the Cars. And a lot of people think that Ocasek sang everything, and and if you tell someone Ben Orr sang, they're like, oh yeah, he sang Drive. It's like, he sang Drive. How about he sang Just What I Needed? How about
I
he
don't
sang
mind you coming
yeah,
here.
he sang Bye Bye Love. He sang Moving in Stereo.
Yeah, they have a lot
Candy.
of
Sang
great
Candy. He
songs,
sang It's
man.
All I Can Do. He sang some of the best songs.
What
But
did
I
Ric
think it's a
Ocasek
great.
sing in the band?
He
What were
sang
his
everything
songs?
I'm not mentioning. He sang You're Alive Got Tonight, Let the Good Times Roll,
Right.
um, My Best Friend's Girl.
That band, every song you name is like a hit. It's
Oh, it's
amazing.
great. They were
Yeah.
great. They had a window of 3 or 4 years. And I want to say, I think an overlooked album by them is their third album, Panorama. And part of it is because the production stinks. If the production were better, that would be known as their best album because it was great.
Mm.
And then Shake It Up. Um, Shake It Up. Ben Orr sings, I think, only 3 songs, and I think that's the problem with with what's going on with the Cars as they were getting older. Is Ric Ocasek was singing more, and I don't think he should have. I think they should have kept it more even,
Mm.
because he's saying "Shake It Up" and he's saying "I'm Not the One," but "Cruiser" on that record was sung by Ben Orr, and there's another one I can't think that I
When
really
did Ben
like.
Orr pass away?
I want to say 98 would be my guess.
Oh, a long time ago.
Yeah, he had pancreatic cancer.
God, that's a
And
bummer.
yeah,
I don't think they released a cause on Ocasek yet. I mean, he was
not yet.
75. Can you believe he was 75?
Yeah.
Dude, I would have never known that he had the same sort of age as like the Mick Jaggers and Paul McCartneys and all that.
Those guys made it much later in life
Yeah,
than
sure.
like, you know,
So when
he's
did the Cars
really
really kind of break? Mid 70s or late
78.
70s? In late 70s. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean that's a good 15 years after the British bands.
Well, if he's 75, what year was he born?
44.
Oh yeah, 44. Right. So if he's born in 44, in 74, he's 30.
Yeah. So when they broke, he was 34 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mick Jagger,
He was a kid, right?
yeah, 62. He's like well, no, he's got to be, what is he born in 43? 64, 21 years old.
Yeah.
So there's a big, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah, it's a real bummer. You know, we play Just What I Needed in our set. It always goes over wonderfully.
Yeah.
But that I didn't realize that was a Ben Orr song. I don't know who sings. But
Well, you can hear the voice if it's musical.
well, I'm
it's
gonna go
Ben
back
Orr.
and I'm gonna go back and listen to it now.
If
Yeah,
it's
because
whiny,
it sounds like all the stuff that Ocasek did was like the goofier sounding stuff.
yeah.
Shake it up.
Yeah. Dance all night. Yeah, exactly. But if you look at like what was on the first album? What was the big like she's always dancing down the streets?
Right.
You know what I mean? But when you listen to Bye Bye Love, it's an orangey sky, always with some. It's a nice voice. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ben O was
Okay.
great.
Got it.
He was great.
Where were those guys from?
Well, the band they consider a Boston band, but I think
That's what I thought.
I think he grew up in Maryland, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
And I think maybe the other one, maybe Michigan.
Who's that? Elliot Easton or something?
No, Ben Orr. No, Elliot Easton's a New Yorker, I believe. Let me take a look here. Let's see where these people are from. I believe
Yeah.
the Cars.
Who's gonna drive you home?
Yeah. And I hated that record. Not that song, but the album that was on.
I don't even know that. Yeah, I don't know enough about their history. I just know that we play one, and I saw it, and it was a lot of people on Facebook doing their whole, doing their whole like, oh, he was such a big influence on my life kind of stuff. You know how
Okay, so Ocasek grew up in Maryland, and when he was 16, the family moved to Cleveland, Ohio.
Hmm.
And now let me just take a look at when Ben Orr. So he's saying just what I needed. Let's go. Drive. He's sang a ton of songs.
Yeah.
It looks like in April 2000 he was diagnosed. When did he die? He died in October of 2000.
God. Didn't make it long.
Yeah.
That stinks.
Well, where does it say does it say where he grew up? Oh, he's from Ohio.
Okay.
That's where they probably met, in Ohio.
Okay, interesting.
Way to go, Ohio. Yeah, and Elliot Easton's from Brooklyn.
Yeah. So then we also, like we said earlier, we lost Eddie Money this week. Eddie Money is not of the same sphere of influence, I would say, as the Cars on somebody like you or me. But he did have some hits. He had a lot more hits than I think I really ever collectively think of him as having. As I'm going through and looking at some of his songs, it's like, oh, okay, I thought he had like 3 or 4 hits, but in reality, he probably had more like 7 or 8.
Yeah, the problem is, like, I'm driving home last night from the Cape, and Peace in Our Time, I think is the name of the song.
I don't know it.
And I heard it mentioned the other day that was one of his big hits. I had never heard the song before, but I heard it on the ride home, and I was like, oh, this is a cool song. I could see this being a hit, but I never heard it before.
Yeah, I don't know that one. Probably
I
thinking
actually saw
Two
Eddie
Tickets
Money.
to Paradise was his first big.
No, Baby Hold On. Same album.
Was that?
But Baby Hold On was
okay.
the first single, yeah.
Oh, got it. But those are both like 78, something like
70,
that.
I think the album's from 77, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just take a look here. Eddie Money. The first album is, 78's probably, yeah, see, first album came out in 77, released in December. That's what I was going to say. It's probably late. Yeah, so it's really 78 when you start hearing the tunes.
Right. Okay. And his sound really changed from that record through the 80s. I think he was definitely a victim of whoever the producer was that was on the job, so to say. Because I noticed, like, if you listen to the 70s stuff, it sounds like 70s rock. It's guitar driven. By the time you get to If I Could Walk on Water, it's like total like 80s production, and you hear all of it changing sequentially through the era.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. He has an album called Life for the Taking, January of 79. And I don't know anything. Maybe I'm a fool, I think I know. But I'm going to say, I got to go back and check out that record because there's probably a lot of good songs. And then there's another. No Control in 82 was a big hit. I remember Shakin'. I Think I'm in Love. I think I'm in love. Bam, bam.
I like the chorus in that song. It's a cool chorus.
And No Control was a great song.
Ooh, something's coming over now.
And I don't think I can make. Yeah, from that point on, I don't know anything on an album after that. Then Can't Hold Back was the year I graduated high school. And that had Take Me Home Tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I Want to Go Back. We Should Be Sleeping. And then 88 was probably, there's Walk on Water.
Right.
Yeah. I saw him live at the House of Blues on Sunset. And I enjoyed it. At the time, I thought he reminded me a little bit of like Rodney Dangerfield because he was out there like, ooh, something's good. It was really funny. I was like, this is like watching Dangerfield.
He wasn't like He wasn't like your stereotypical male like pop star. He
No.
definitely was not the most attractive dude.
He,
Kind of a
he comes
goofy
from the
looking
school,
guy.
to me, it's like the school of Billy Joel. He's a New Yorker guy. I don't even know if he was from New York. Is he from New York? Yeah, born in Brooklyn. I think he was a cop in Brooklyn and then quit and decided to. Wow, he sang the bridge in the song "I'm All Right" by Kenny Loggins.
God, I don't know the tune off the top of my head.
I'm all right. Nobody worry about me. Give me a fight. Do what you want. Ooh. It's
Nope,
great.
no idea.
Oh, it's great.
Oh man.
I love me some Kenny Loggins. You say that maybe it's over. Only if you want it to be for once in your life. Oh,
So
it's ridiculous.
Kenny Loggins gives us such 80s classics as Footloose, I believe.
Sure.
Right. And the classic hetero hit Playing with the Boys from Top Gun.
Yeah. And Danger Zone.
Yeah, Danger Zone.
And
And
your favorite song by him, Don't Fight It, the duet with Steve Perry.
I'll have to go back and listen to it. I don't know.
Oh, you will. You will wet your pants. It is ridiculously gay. In fact, there's on like the third episode of Yacht Rock on YouTube, there's a hilarious bit when Steve Perry comes in with Kenny Loggins.
I don't know it. I gotta hear it. I gotta hear it. Now you told me a moment ago about this Yacht Rock thing. Okay, I can find this on YouTube or
You can find it.
Netflix.
There are 12 episodes. Each episode is 5 minutes long, and it's done like
Well, where is it? Is it Netflix or YouTube or what?
YouTube.
Okay, got it.
And it's done like a TV show where a guy's like, "Hey, I'm Hollywood Steve. All these songs," and he talks about the background of different songs, and
Okay.
it's hilarious. Like they get into a battle of the bands with Hall and Oates, and Hall and Oates manages like, "You guys get home and take off that makeup and toughen up." It's hysterical.
Sounds awesome. Sounds like I need to watch it.
Oh, the greatest thing is when Michael Jackson's going to team up with Eddie Van Halen and go hard rock, and he's going to leave back the smooth sound of yacht rock, and they all get pissed. And so Vincent Price goes behind Michael Jackson's back, and he's like, Michael Jackson is afraid of the app. Like he's talking like Vincent Price, and like all the guys just start laughing at one point. It's hilarious. This is
It
ridiculous.
sounds
He's like,
funny as hell.
maybe we could persuade him with smooth music. I'll just lose it. It's fantastic.
Uh,
It's 1 hour to watch all 12 episodes, and it's time well spent.
I got it. Sounds great.
And the
The
funny part was the guy who put it together knows these songs in and out because like there's a Michael McDonald song, and in the background, Kenny Loggins is next to him mouthing it in the show, and I'm like, wait a minute, that actually is Kenny Loggins on that record. This guy, like, these guys knew that. I'm like, this is genius.
That's funny.
It's really funny.
I wonder if any references to Lionel Richie, Deep River Woman.
No.
I know you love Deep River Woman.
Oh, I do. And you know what? With AM station, we always play easy, and I hate the damn song. I think it's like it's
Really?
it's just overplayed.
Okay.
To
I
me, if
can get
I
with
was going to
that.
play a
Good
Lionel
song.
Richie song, I'd want to do like Sail On Down the Line with a half a mile to go. You know what I mean? Like just something people would be like, "What? Ooh, sail on." It's
Am
great
I the only
stuff.
one that thinks that when you listen to Lionel Richie sing, the guy's got a great voice, except he's kind of nasal.
Yeah,
You could take a clothespin and you could pinch it off there. That's a reference to your nose not pooping. And
right.
yeah, I
Sail
kind
on
of
down.
feel like there's some of that happening. Anyway, Speaking of nasally voices, have you ever heard the cover of Easy that Faith No More did?
Oh, I remember when it came out.
It's fantastic. It's really good. That's a band that's got some range.
I think they're good. In fact, I love that song "Midlife Crisis."
Yeah. Yeah.
Love it. I thought
They-
that band had more potential than they had actual. I don't think they ever realized, like they weren't. What's the word I'm looking for? They weren't developed enough.
Yeah.
They could have been developed into like a phenomenal, especially when Epic came out. I mean, they could have been anything, but they didn't really
Yeah,
push. There was some other songs on there was
they were
better, like
different.
"Falling to Pieces" was great.
All in the Pieces is great. They were really good. You ever notice, though, Faith No More is one of those bands that people that like Faith No More, they like them way too much.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, they love them.
Yeah.
It's like
Which
the
is-
Foo Fighters. People who like the Foo Fighters that buy their albums love them.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like, yeah, they're okay.
Yeah, they're good. I like them. They're fine.
Yeah.
Right.
But if somebody owns a Foo Fighters album, they're like, they're great. It's like, all right, relax. Take it easy.
They played Wembley. Oh, speaking of playing Wembley, Iron Maiden was here last night.
Oh,
and
they were.
And they played, yeah, and of course I had a gig last night, and we had a good crowd. We probably had 60 or 70 people, something like that there. Just for, it's great. But then I think Maiden
Iron Maiden
sold out.
had many in the restroom.
Right. They sold out Bank of America, not Bank of America, what is it called? Bank of the West Stadium, something stupid like that. It's basically the brand new soccer arena that they put in down by USC. Holds 22,000.
Wow.
Sold it out.
Right.
I don't know where they can scrounge up that many rock and roll fans, considering that we had our 60 or 70.
You had 60 or 70.
Right. Yeah. There's not that many left.
Right.
Dude, that
now you got me thinking about it. You played 60 to 70, feel pretty good about it. These larger bands should be thinking of, forget about headlines. Do you want to play the bathroom line?
It's a great concept.
Right?
That's a great concept. Yeah.
It's like,
I'm going to call the promoter.
Right?
Here's the idea. We're going to play men's stall 3 in the West bathrooms.
That's right. It'd be brilliant because you're like, you can't hear the band from that point. You start walking off. It's like, oh man, these guys are pretty good.
Trying to take a piss at an Iron Maiden show, and this guy's playing some Cars.
Right?
It's a good break.
I think it's
a brilliant idea.
People be excited. I played in front of 22,000 people yesterday. Really? Yeah, not all at the same time. It was like 50 at one point. They went into the long version of Alexander the Great, so we had about 100 people at that point.
Right. Oh, that's funny.
For some reason, Steve Harris put
idea.
Quest for Fire on that set list.
God.
We had 200 people at one point in front. What would be great is if you played like completely different music, like Anne Murray. No, who would ever have it, right? She'd be out there while you're trying to take a leak. I cried a tear, you wiped it dry, right?
Oh, that makes for that's such a funny idea.
Yeah, you'd be the fastest piss you'd ever take in your life.
See, I thought that we were kind of trying to do something a little different with what we're doing, because we're not just gigging at every old bar. We're setting up basically private parties. And at the private parties that we're doing, we're like, we've got it catered with food and with drinks, and people are buying a relatively hefty door charge. Like, people that get into our shows are $20 to $25, but it gets you food, it gets you a drink, and it gets you a band. And I thought that was interesting, but this is so much better.
John, this private party you're throwing, it's really expensive. Can you tell me why? Well, it includes the price of Iron Maiden's ticket.
Right. Oh. Gets you all access to the men's bathroom on the West Wing.
You mean I get to see Iron Maiden? No, you're coming to see me now. I'm going to be playing the stall 4 over by the mezzanine.
Fantastic.
John, is there food at your show? It is. It's a little expensive, but there'll be food and T-shirts.
Iron Maiden T-shirts. Right.
I love the idea. I think it's happening.
The only problem is we have to occupy the handicap stall to fit the drum set. And we don't have a drummer that can pull that off. So
you gotta see if Def Leppard's drummer.
Yeah, I'm asking Rick Allen what he's up to. So Rick Allen, you want to play with Iron Maiden? Say,
you want to open?
They're like, well, yeah, kind of. We'll be in the same general vicinity as Iron Maiden. You'll be off stage.
You can see the orchestra seats from where you'll be.
Right. This is the best idea you've ever had.
Yeah. I'm also thinking, what about the parking lot? Like, why hasn't somebody come up with the idea of, like, you're going to go see Iron Maiden, get there early at 4 o'clock because the Iron Maidens go on at 4. And they're playing the parking lot so you can fire up your hibachi. There's a live band in the parking lot. I think that would be a good idea.
If you're in Inglewood outside of the Forum, Sharif the drummer will entertain you. Have you ever seen that when you were out here? The guy's got his drum kit in the back of a big F-250.
No.
Somebody's driving him slowly up and down the street.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And he's playing. He's got smoke and lights and everything coming out of the back of it. And it's just him playing drums. It's hilarious.
That's unbelievable.
On the back of it, it's got a big sign on the tailgate that says Sharif the drummer and gives you like a link to his social media page.
I do love the idea, though. Iron Maiden live with Def Leppard's Rick Allen playing drums with his cover band
in the parking lot.
Buy the T-shirt sales.
It's, yeah. I mean, as a promoter, what a great idea.
Yeah.
Get some people. Yeah, I don't know. Who's gonna do that? I don't know.
No, it'd be hilarious.
AM station is now going to be opening for
Kenny Loggins.
Kill Switch Engage. It'll be something completely.
Oh, that would even be better. That would be better, right? Somebody's gonna go to the bathroom and all of a sudden they're hearing spending all my nights, all my money going out in the town.
Gonna find me a lady, gonna hold her tight.
Why
you guys do that?
Oh, I wish. No.
Oh man,
it's a great
afternoon delight. Would you even be able to do it with a straight face, just from the fact that the Anchorman scene?
Oh yeah, I love the song. I've always liked that song, even when I was a kid.
What about let's give them something to talk about?
I can't do that with a straight face. I'll be vomiting.
Just thinking of Will Ferrell singing that in Step Brothers.
Oh yeah.
It's funny. It comes out of nowhere. You have the voice of an angel. So stupid. Oh boy. So the crowd goes bananas when you play songs that they've heard 80 billion times. You play songs that they've heard 20 billion times, they're a little less bananas. It's kind of interesting.
It depends. Like when FM station plays, there isn't one guy that's excited to hear You Shook Me All Night Long, except for the ones that want to watch the girls dance. It's the girls. It's like, oh my God. And I don't get it.
I agree.
To me, it's like, I would much rather hear Gone Shooting.
Yeah.
I always say to the band, we're playing for me, like if I were the audience member, and that's why we do so many rare tracks of like, like I'd like to hear a band do Hold Your Head Up. It's a song I always grew up with. You never hear anyone do it. I always wanted to do One Last Kiss by the Jay Giles Band, or, just, what's that Billy Squire song, In the Dark We Do?
In the dark.
Yeah, so it's like, exactly.
That's great.
And if you nail it, it's interesting and fun to watch people listening to it and going, what the? And it's funny because a lot of times we get people reacting to us. No one's doing anything. They're staring at the band like, and pardon me because I cannot remember her name, but the girl that always looked like this. You know who I'm talking about?
Are you talking about somebody that we both know?
Somebody from Michigan.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about Lizzie.
Yeah, I couldn't remember her name. Okay, Lizzie, right.
Yeah,
But
she
always like,
always had that like real shitty face for some reason.
right, looks like she took a bite out of a shit sandwich. She's like, am I eating your shit? Right? So everyone, like when we play those songs, they're always looking at us like this. And we're always like, this is either going really good or terrible. And then after, like, we played this one place and everyone had a look on their face. And I'm like, this place does not like us. After the show, the person that booked us comes up and she's like, everybody is absolutely in love with you guys. I'm like, what? She's like, we want you back. We want you as the house band. I'm like, you guys all look like you hate us. They're just in shock you're playing all these songs. I'm like, because they're all looking at us like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, it's annoying. But then, of course, when you play You Shook Me All Night Long, every jackalope jumps on the stage, jumps on the floor, and they're like, oh my God. And they want to sing along, and every girl wants to sit and sing the lyrics. And
yeah, it's just the
drunk
way
girls will try to come up to the mic and sing. And it becomes very, very gay.
Yeah, but they are the only reason that most of the guys are there.
Right. I mean, that's the game. You have
You
have to stuff it. Like we do One of These Nights by the Eagles because so many people love that tune. And we do a lot of songs that girls wouldn't like. So then we throw in, the Cars, Just What I Needed. We do Let's Go by the Cars. We celebrate the entire Cars catalog. No, I'm just kidding.
Last night we had a moment where I got to do a little bit of stage banter. I always like saying dumb shit into the microphone. I'm a fan of that.
Yeah.
And I said to the audience when it was time to play Bark at the Moon from Ozzy, because we play that. And that's a song where the girls are like, and all the guys don't give a shit. They're all screaming the lyrics and dancing around, like spilling beer on each other. The dudes love that song. Yeah. So anyway, we're getting ready to play that song, and I get up to the mic and I say, this next song is by an artist who was recently uncovered by Post Malone. Because you've heard by now, Post Malone had a song that featured Ozzy. The moment I say an artist that was featured or that was uncovered by Post Malone, I said Post Malone, I see two girls right in front of me like, they couldn't wait to hear what they thought it was going to be some modern shit. Then we go into that, and then they're like,
right. They become Lizzie. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. It was hilarious. But yeah, I saw the look on their face when I said Post Malone. They were like, finally, something that's not 30 years old.
That look is remember the old Kentucky Fried Movie?
Yeah.
They had what's his name? Harvey still smoking those cigars. And then the second woman, fish for dinner last night. And then the other woman walks in and she goes, what, did a cow take a shit in here? That's the face Lizzie always made. What, did a cow shit here? What the?
Poor Lizzie.
Yeah. Oh, she was super nice. Don't get me wrong. But it was just always made that face at me. I was always like.
Wow. Yeah. 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 I haven't talked to that girl in probably 12, 13 years, something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Is she still in LA or do you not know?
No idea. Haven't talked to her.
Wow. It's funny.
I'm not good at like keeping casual like friends around. I got my tight group, and that's it.
Sure, I get it.
I do the social media thing, but I'm not like I know you're pretty good at it. You still talk to guys like Joe Montoya's of the world and everything. Which I haven't talked to Montoya in years. I hope he's doing well.
Yeah, no, he's doing good. No, Joe's great. Yeah, I mean, I just became friendly with them. And Joe and I, we worked also with, Command Music and whatnot. And I've gone to lunch a bunch with Joe. You know who I was thinking about the other day who's the guy that always loved root beer? The Martin rep. I can't think of his name.
Oh, root beer and cocaine.
Yeah, what was this?
Joe McNamara.
Joe Mac.
I talk to him every once in a while.
Oh, you do? And I reached out to him once or twice in the past, but I haven't lately.
Yeah, Joe's great.
Yeah. Great guy. Always with the root beer.
I forgot about the root beer thing.
Yeah.
Huh. I haven't spoken with Lieber in a while. Anyway, I don't want to get into this. This has nothing to do with the program. But But yeah,
Well, actually, the people now want to know why you haven't spoken to Lieber. He's been playing some beautiful instruments.
he's a great guy. I wonder what he's up to these days.
I love him.
Mark Lieber, for those of you who don't know, is just a guy that we used to work with. He's a great guy, though.
Yeah.
And
I took Lieber to the gun range a few times. We had a lot of fun.
He had some very kind of extravagant hobbies.
Yes.
He was into like Porsches, I think, or something.
I think
he was into some sort
of a lot of money.
Yeah, he had some sort of fancy car thing going on. He was always a fan of like really expensive dining, and dude,
He likes the finer things in life.
he does indeed,
And he's a
especially
sweetheart of a guy.
beautiful instruments.
Yes. He is a sweetheart of a guy.
Yeah, great guy. But anyways, so the gig last night was another use of my Friedman Dirty Shirley, and yet again I must remind the audience, you got to go buy your own. I'm good. I know these guys still want it.
Oh yeah. You know what I was thinking was
own.
Steve Harris. Is he playing the same bass over all those years and have painted it different? I was watching a video where someone said he painted that thing. He had it painted, but it's the same bass.
I don't know, but it's a good question. It makes me wonder what kind of bass Ed Harris plays and if they're related.
Harris is the actor?
Yeah, it's a very unusual last name, so I just have to assume they're related.
Yeah, right. Ron Harris from Barney Miller. Wasn't his name Ron Harris?
I have no idea.
So,
I
can tell you he's not related.
Oh man, what was the movie I saw Ed Harris in recently? He's real angry all the time. He always plays a character that seems like he's always angry.
So I started watching Better Call Saul.
Okay.
The Odenkirk show there.
You're going to be way beyond me on this. Not only have I never seen that, I've never watched past season 1 of Breaking Bad.
Oh wow. Really?
I liked it. I just haven't given myself the time to finish the series.
It's consuming, and the part about it I can understand is Pinkman's tiring. He wears you down. But yeah, no. I've also been watching this show, but that's made by the BBC called Sherlock. Have you seen any of those?
No, but you were saying something about it last week.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's growing on me a little bit, but I still have some serious issues with the show. But I do recommend for everybody to watch this on YouTube called Yacht Rock. It is absolutely so stupid that it's brilliant.
That's the one.
Especially if you love like late 70s, that smooth rock sound of the Doobie Brothers and all that stuff. Toto. I was listening to the other day, and I was like, I had to stop, and I'm like, I got to figure this out. JoJo by Boz Scaggs.
I don't know
that bridge. I was like, Jesus, what are these chords? So I had to figure them out, and it's a great song.
I don't know the tune. What is? I'll listen to it in a little while.
Now, also, I emailed this guy about a Wampler pedal.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker can't get back.
I know. Tell me about it. It's bad.
Just let me know what's up.
We just got to get you to send it back, and we'll fix it. I asked Brian last week if he could send it directly to you, but he doesn't do any of that stuff, so we got to send it to LA.
Who fixes it? Somebody at your shop?
Yeah. Not me.
No, obviously.
I'm in there with a soldering iron. Like,
right. You're watching Uncle Doug videos going, wait a sec, I'm supposed to do what?
Yeah,
have you watched any of the JHS videos? Is it JHS pedals?
Yeah, we talked about this a long time ago.
Yeah, well, let's bring it back up.
There was a moment where you were absolutely certain that was a hairpiece.
I'm convinced it still is. There's no way that's his hair. But no, but his videos are interesting because and when I say interesting, I mean maybe the opposite. There's just a lot of talk about pedals, and I understand that's what he likes to do. And sometimes there's some historical stuff about it. I'm just like, do I even give a shit? If it sounds good, it sounds good. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And that goes with everything. But folks, if you got a pedal and you got a tube screamer and you love the way it sounds, I don't give a shit if it's a TS9, a TS Deluxe, if it's a TS on the corner of Hollywood Boulevard.
Those are my favorite.
Yes, they are yours. No, they're Eddie Murphy's favorite.
Ooh, that's controversial.
Yes.
No, I get it. You know what is really funny? Have you seen this I guess you call it a blog or whatever, called thehardtimes.net?
No.
It's like The Onion, but everything they do is related to music.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't seen it.
There was a headline that I saw today that says Strymon releases $1,000 reverb pedal that guarantees to sound like every big empty room that your band is always playing. And you read the article and it's hilarious because it's like, it's talking about how now you can consistently have the big empty room that your band is used to playing, and then they like quote a guy as saying, "One time I saw a rat scurry across the floor in the middle of my guitar solo and interrupted the big cavernous reverb that I was so used to hearing."
Oh God, that's unreal.
No,
Here's a
I'm
question
not gonna have to
for
worry
you.
about that.
What's the most expensive pedal, or what's an expensive pedal that you would just say is out of the realm of normal that you bought that you think is absolutely worth every penny? And what was one that just wasn't worth it?
What, that I've purchased?
Yeah, just that you've owned in the past.
Literally every single one that's not on my board right now. I don't know.
But are they expensive? I mean, if it's a $200 pedal, that's not expensive. If it's a $500 pedal.
Oh, I've never bought a $500 pedal. I'm not that guy. If you're talking, I mean, I had a Helix.
I used to have a
Does that
diamond.
count?
What?
Does the Helix count? Because I bought one of those.
Sure.
But
Did
that's
you
not
get
really
rid of
a
it?
single pedal. Yeah, I sold it.
All right. So
Yeah,
that was it. It was expensive and it didn't work for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not as good as a tube amp. That's all.
So I bought, remember the memory lane? I used to have the diamond delay pedal. That was like a $600 pedal at wholesale.
What?
Or was it?
Oh,
Or did I pay $450 for it? Maybe I paid $450 for it.
Still expensive.
Yeah, ridiculous.
For
and
delay?
I ended up getting rid of it.
What does it do? It goes bam, 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 bam. How is it any different than the other one that goes bam, bam, bam?
Now, I don't want to isolate diamond because I own 2 diamond tremolos, and I think those are expensive.
They make great shit.
But they're fantastic. Yeah, they're
Canadian
make great
too,
stuff.
Right?
Yeah. But
love me a Canuck.
Yeah, the Duelist costs $350. And I think that's worth every cent. And that's like, I think anything when you get to the 300. Also, maybe my Strymon Ola, the chorus, I don't know if you want to call it. I bought it for under 300, so that might be deemed expensive. But I think over 300 gets to the expensive realm. I mean, I just think if somebody's buying a Klon for 1,500, they don't need money. Because it's just, what pedal's going to be, I mean, I'm sorry. That I think certain pedals you hear, it's like, oh, that's the best I've heard. I haven't heard even a clone sound where I'm like, oh my God, I have to have it.
Right.
People ask me about my clone all the time, and they're like, oh, dude, how's it sound? I'm like a clone.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I'll buy it. What do you want to give me for it? $100? Yeah.
The Tumnus, the Wampler Tumnus is fantastic. It feels great, sounds great.
Yeah.
But, running it into a semi-dirty amp already, it kind of, all that sort of stuff kind of does what it's supposed to do. Dirties it up just a little bit more. Some feel better than others.
Right, but the Tumnus cost, what's the Tumnus cost?
$150 or something.
All right, so $150 versus $1,500.
No, I get what you're saying. I can't think of any instance where I've bought a really expensive pedal and was either let down by it or was blown away by it. Either way, I mean, even the Helix was great for certain things, great for recording, it was great for playing by yourself. It just, you can't make it work when you're playing in a band with a tube amp. It just doesn't work.
Right.
And then any of the other ones I've ever bought, like I think I had a Strymon Timeline at one point in time. That's expensive. That's like a $400 delay, right? $399.
Is that how much it is?
I think it's $399. It might be $449.
Wow.
But either way, what I could say about that is it was great. It's also just more than I ever need, you know.
Right.
I don't need to program 15 different delays in my sets. And you know, it's just, I don't think it's necessary, but what do I know?
Yeah, the Memory Lane 2, the one that I used to have, they go from there's one for $375 and one for $425.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I liked it. It just wasn't like, for the size, for the real estate it took up, it reminds me of the Electric Mistress. Remember that thing? It's like, yeah, hey, great. I bought a pedalboard Junior, and this thing's taking up 25% of it in one pedal.
I'm a fan of Boss delays. I mean, just like the DM2, the DD3, no issues. I set both of them differently. Those are the only two I ever use.
Right.
And it's very rare that, like, I find that it's very rare in a rock setting where you got a loud drummer and bass player and two guitars going. I hardly ever even use delay live because I feel like the more reverb and the more delay, you kind of lose your cut a little bit. And
it gets washy.
Yeah, it's already hard to find sonic real estate when you're all kind of fighting each other like that, you know? Try and design the sounds to where like the two guitars are inherently a little bit different and that the volumes are controlled and everything. But like, yeah, I do feel like sometimes that stuff like detracts from what you're
I mean, if you're playing ACDC, it's a waste of time to have delay. But if you're playing Journey, you might need a little bit to do a little chorus, you know, but it's not as heavy as you think it is. You still have to have a strong signal cutting through. You're not going to cut.
Right, for sure. We speaking of chorus, I used the chorus pedal this show.
No, how was it?
Found a couple of songs in our set that need chorus, and I used it. It's fine.
Are you guys doing "Don't Dream It's Over" by
No.
We are. FM station does that one.
Nice.
I was thinking of chorus songs that I use.
The one where the rhythm tracks and everything have chorus on it that I'm thinking of is "You Got Another Thing Coming."
Oh yeah.
The
other day I went down a rabbit hole,
and
I stumbled on a Mike Reno interview. He put on a ton of weight.
Ooh, my kind of guy.
Oh yeah, he's like, it was pretty funny. And then Paul Dean, I watched a video where he was teaching how to play like Working for the Weekend. I just found the whole thing funny because it's really just such a real basic song. But it was great at the time, man. Those guys, they were killing it.
What did they do other than Working for the Weekend? They have another
Turn
one.
Me Loose. I love Turn Me Loose.
They have another song that was like another huge one.
The Kid Is Hot Tonight. How about How Do You Like It So Far? How do you like it? Oh, they did Loving Every Minute of It.
Yeah, I got nothing.
They were great. I loved Loverboy. Now the funny thing is, I never thought the guitar player was worth a shit. But afterwards, listening to it, I'm like, you didn't need Neil Schon in that band. Although it wouldn't have hurt. They might have still been around. But it was a little bit, Turn Me Loose is a great song. And his vocals back in the day was fantastic. But you got to watch some new videos of him and see what he's looking like. I want to get him on The Biggest Loser. In fact, remember that show, The Biggest Loser, where they would have all these fatties come on the show and then they try to lose weight, and it's like, right? Great show. I thoroughly enjoyed it. They should do it with celebrities.
The Celebrity Biggest Loser.
Like, find the celebrities that just really let themselves go.
All right. Kirstie Alley obviously comes to mind.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Mike Reno. I don't know. You know who I saw last night at Sal's show? Did you ever see Better Off Dead?
It's an old movie. I remember the name.
Yeah. The guy that plays Stalin in the movie is one of our friends.
No idea. Have you had the cauliflower crust pizzas yet? Have you tried it?
No.
Pretty good, man. I gotta say, I was of the opinion that it was gonna suck.
My pants. I have a feeling I eat a cauliflower crust pizza, I'm gonna be shitting myself.
I'm just gonna say, don't knock it until you try it. Pretty good, I gotta say. I've had it a few times now, and a bunch of places make it. It's kind of like becoming like a keto friendly sort of thing that people are doing now.
Oh, I don't think
what they do is they like basically rice the cauliflower, you like break it down enough, and then you bind it with like a little bit of egg and a little bit of parm. They bake it, and then they make the pizza on top of it. It's pretty freaking good, man. I've had it at least a half a dozen times, and it's just kind of nice that there's no flour in it, you know. So you know, if you're trying to do the whole keto thing,
right?
You know, all you're really worried about is the fact you're ingesting a pound of cheese, right?
Exactly.
Not that says healthy, like processed salamis and a pound of cheese.
Right. I got the Meat Lovers extra cheese pizza on cauliflower crust. There's no flour.
Right. Oh, hey, I just noticed I didn't just notice the Patriots hat, but I have to say that team is looking good so far this season. I know we were only 2 games in.
Yeah.
But they're
going to be a hard team to beat.
They have destroyed Pittsburgh, and they destroyed the Dolphins this week.
Yeah.
I mean, just destroyed.
Yeah, but I think Brady wants another ring.
Pretty soon he's going to be putting them on his toes, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the fact that so many people are haters, it just drives him to be like, you know what? Let me just win another one.
Yeah,
and he's got a lot of heart.
Nobody likes a winner. It's
right.
It's weird. I don't understand why exactly that is in this country, but like that team has always been amazing.
Yeah, well, Belichick's awesome. I gotta fly, so I will cut this short and say I'm out of here. I gotta go eat.
What's the deal with the hands?
I'm just
double guns. Yeah, love it. All right, very good.
All right, very good, everybody. See you next week.
See you, folks.
You're listening to Guitar Talk with Dave and John.